Hi and welcome to another Tech Fix video. In this video we're going to take a look at Google Jamboard, Google's free interactive whiteboard software which has some really cool sharing and collaboration features. Let's take a look. So if you've not seen it before, Google Jamboard is a free piece of interactive whiteboard software that comes as part of Google Suite. You find it in Google Drive. All you need to do is go to jamboard.google.com in your browser. Here are some jams I've created in the past. To create a new jam, all I need to do is go down to the plus, click on the plus, and it will create a new jam for me. Probably worth mentioning as well that if you have iOS or Android, there is a Jamboard app you can get which has a couple of extra features such as text recognition and shape recognition. I'm on the browser version, so it's a little bit different, but jams that you create can be shared on any device. So when the jam starts up, you get a window which looks a bit like this. I can click up the top here, I can give it a name, and I will say OK. You can see down the left hand side there are the tools, and this is my blank page. At the top it shows me what page I'm on. They call them frames, so I'll probably keep calling them pages. If I click on there, it'll show me all the frames that I've got, and the pluses will add a frame before or after the current frame I'm on. The left chevron is greyed out because I can't go any further to the left. I'm on the very first frame, but the right hand chevron is grey. If I click that, it'll move me to the next page, and if there's not a page already there, it'll create one for me. So let's just go down the basic tools here. On the left we've got the pen. As you'd expect, I can click on the pen and I get a choice of different pens. So I've got a pen like that. There is a marker pen which is a little chunkier. There is a highlighter pen which, if I choose a different colour, is slightly see-through as you'd expect, and there is a paintbrush as well which is a lot fatter and kind of has that slightly painty effect. I'll go back to the regular pen here, and you get a choice of 6 colours. There's not a massive amount of colours, but that should be enough for simple annotations and writing on the board and diagrams and so on. Below that is the eraser. As you'd expect, click and drag to rub things out. And I'm just using my mouse. Obviously if I was on the interactive whiteboard I could be touching the screen. On an iPad or an Android tablet I could be clicking with my finger as well if I want to. The selection tool lets you click on things and move things around. I've got nothing on the screen yet, so I'll come back to that in a second. The sticky notes, put sticky notes on the screen, and you can have a choice of colours. I can save that and it will then put that on the screen. We can have as many notes on the screen as you want. You can keep typing them. Let's have 3. Save that and then cancel, and I've got my 3 notes. Going back to the selection tool, I can move these around on the screen. I can rotate them, and if you notice when I click on it, there's 3 little dots that appear in the top right corner. If I click on there, go to 3 little dots, I can edit that note, I can duplicate it, I can delete it, or I can change its order. So send it forwards, send it backwards, the same kind of thing you'd see if you were in PowerPoint. So if I wanted to actually have these on top of each other, I can change their order if I so wish. So you could have a stack of notes which you peel off, and again, like most of these bits of software, the newest one is always on the top. Below that is add an image. If I click on add image, I can either upload an image, so I could go to my files, drag an image onto there and add it. I can do a Google image search, so let's do a Google image search. As with Google image search, I have a choice of face or photo or clip art or line drawing, and a choice of colours as well. So if I really want a pink elephant, I can click pink elephants. There's a pink elephant, click on him. This tells me where it came from. It doesn't actually, on this search, let me do Creative Commons search like a Google image search would, but you might have to confirm with the link whether you have rights to that picture or not. Click select, it'll put my picture into the page. There we go, and I can move that around, resize it, move it, and so on. Also Google Drive, you can click to Google Drive, add pictures from there. If I go back, if I click on photos, it'll collect my Google Photos, and I can add my Google Photos there as well should I want to. Let's close that down. If I click on shapes, as you'd expect, there's a choice of different shapes: long press, circle, square, triangle, and so on. So if I bring my mouse over here, hold my mouse button down, click and drag, I can draw shapes on the board. Do another one. Let's do square. By default they're filled with white. If I click on the shapes and keep the shape selected up here, I can choose the border colour and I can choose the fill colour. So let's choose a fill of yellow. It'll draw those. If I select them, I can retrospectively do that. So I can choose a yellow fill, I can choose pink fill, I can choose a blue fill. Again, you don't get a massive amount of colours, but it's enough for basic purposes and drawing, making flowcharts, making simple diagrams perhaps. Text box below there, as you'd expect, I can click, add any text I like, and again the arrow key will then, the selection key will let me move that around, stretch the size of the text box itself, move that up there, and finally there's a laser pointer, which means I can highlight something, point to something, do that. That's pretty good. If I'm using this as part of a presentation, maybe I'm using Zoom, or I'm using Google Meet, or I'm using Teams, and so I'm sharing my screen and people are watching this, they can see an aspect of the screen I'm trying to highlight. Now what you could also do with Jamboard is go up to the top right corner and there is a share button. Now if I click on the share button, currently it's private to me only. I can click up there and I can share with particular people if I wanted to, or I can go down here and I can change to anyone with a link and make it so they can view it or they can access it to edit it. So if I click on there, I can change this to anyone with the link can view, which means I can send that link out to people and they can view my Jamboard, or I can go editor and anybody with a link can now edit that. That's kind of cool because it means I could send this out to people again via Google Meet chat or via a Zoom chat, and have collaborators that I'm presenting to could add their ideas onto the board as well. I'm going to keep that as just viewer, and I'm going to leave that for me. I'm going to say done. Now one thing I'm going to do is just show you that I could also be on my iPad, my tablet at the same time. I've just opened up my Windows tablet and gone into my browser and gone to jamboard.google.com. Because I'm sharing with myself, I can actually see it in my own files area. So I'm now in the Jam on my PC and on my tablet. I've got a pen here, which means I could then use the writing tool in a much more natural way, and I can write on the screen and it'll take a second to come up on here, but it's pretty fluid. I can start drawing, so I could use this to draw and annotate on top of this Jamboard while presenting in the video chat. So I could be doing a video lesson and I could be using this for handwriting. I can't be using a whiteboard at the front of the classroom, but I could almost be using this Jamboard as naturally as a proper whiteboard, because I've got a stylus, I've got the tablet in front of me, and I can just write and scribble and draw on top of the screen. In terms of saving, it will save automatically to my Google Drive, so it's there on any device I want to access it in. 3 dots in the corner will let me download the whole file as a PDF, which is great if I want to have evidence of what was discussed in a training session. I can save that and email that to colleagues. I can save any particular frame as a JPEG or a PNG file, so I can save it as an image. I can also remove the board and I can make a copy. Be quite good if I wanted to use this multiple times with different groups that I don't want to mess up my original, so I could create this file, make a copy, and then share the copy with a group. Just a very quick thing as well up the top here, which I forgot to mention, but I'll do it now. Top side here, background, clear frame. Clear frame will clear everything on that page if I want to. Let's just undo that. And then background. If I click on background, I can have a choice. At the moment I've got a blank white page, but I can choose to have dots, I can choose to have lines if I want to use it as writing paper, or even as graph paper as well. And then there's a couple of sort of coloured features there if I wanted to go completely weird. But if I want to go just with some graph paper, that's pretty nice. And we could use that for sketching and drawing. I've got the squares there to help me and to guide me. So totally free, part of the Google Suite. So if you have access to Google, you've already got yourself a Google account, you can get access to Jamboard straight away. And as I said at the beginning, if you have an iPad or you have an Android phone or tablet, you can get an app for this which has extra features which are pretty good. Do take a look at Jamboard, look on my blog for some ideas on how to use it. Do please get in touch if you've got any questions about it, and if you want any training on Google products, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. I'll make some more. I'm going to be looking at other features of Google Suite pretty soon. Thank you for your time. I'll see you again another time.